Okay. Okay. So I've been asked by Laura to give some thoughts on how to cope with unstructured time within the holidays. As you know, many of our autistic neurodivergent children have different needs and have different presentations of anxiety around unstructured times in the holidays. So, I am autistic, ADHD, quite a few other labels, demand avoidant adult and parent of children that are autistic with comorbid diagnosis. My husband is an engineer and, excuse me, the only one without any labels and appears to be, we're just not labelling him. He's an engineer. So in our household, we have to approach things in a very person-centred, collaborative way and understand that not everybody has the same needs. We can't just pick up as a family and go and do in turn what everybody wants because it's fair. Because actually, it's unfair because what we're doing is not meeting individuals' needs. We are slotting people into little convenient, almost like a shape sorter. We've all got to do this and we've all got to do that to be fair. But actually, it's not necessarily protecting mental health and meeting individual needs. So for us, what we tend to do is we're very lucky. We are a two-parent family. I don't go to work. My husband goes to work. And we are able to manage the kids' needs around that. For instance, we've had a family holiday week. So my husband's been booked off work this week. My daughter does not like to go on holiday. My son does like to go on holiday. So to have a family holiday is very difficult. So for this week, we have everybody's needs have been met. So we've had my son's had day trip with my husband to the seaside. My daughter's had quiet movie day with me. We've actually managed as a family to go out and have some meal times together in restaurants, which never used to happen. But I believe over time, as everybody's getting their needs met, it gives you more good energy to want to do those other things that you would find normally too exhausting. So it is very much person led and all around safety, so around physical and mental safety. Other times of the year, my husband will take my son on holiday and I will stay home with my daughter. I'll go off and have a break with friends and family. Husband goes off and has a break with friends and family. And it's how it works. So everybody gets their needs met, everybody is safe, and that's what we have to do. I know families where children cannot cope with unstructured time of not being in school. So I've got one friend who's single, and I don't know how she does it, but she, for her child, she sticks to the structure of getting up, frames everything in, okay, this would be science, this would be talk time, however they do it. And then she does stuff around that. So they'll do baking, they'll go out and do walks and talk, and she will keep the day as close to a routine for that as possible. And is just extremely creative. Huge amount of energy, and I take my hat off to her. I know other families whose children are just so exhausted by the time it gets to holidays. They've worked really hard in the school term. They enjoy school. They have good emotional and mental health support, as well as access to education. But by the time the holiday comes, they are socially exhausted. And then all they want to do is watch anime or sleep or game. I know a lot of children that need unrestricted gaming just to decompress, and it actually helps them self-regulate. I know some kids that want to be on the go, so they're off with their families, hiking, walking, swimming. And it's okay if you've got enough people to meet those needs. When you're a family where you've got, I know other people who've got so many needs and not enough supporters or adults, that is really tough. That's often where things fall apart. And it's not their fault. It's just so much needs. There's only so much you can do, and it is very much then all about just keeping everybody safe, and that's so hard. I know people that have to work. I'm very lucky I don't have to, and that my husband works. But I know people that have to work and have to find childcare for their very complex needs children, and that isn't easy. One lady I know has a son who thankfully likes sports and is okay in a sports club for the summer with adults that he's built a relationship up over the years. So he does like sports summer club all summer. It's not cheap for her, but he's okay. And then her other child is able to go to a family member. But again, not everyone has that. Not everyone has the funds and the ability, and it is really difficult. So there is no right answer. But I think the main things are just to remember that if we're safe, nothing else matters. It's about getting everybody's needs met as best you can and as safely as you can. And it's about recognising that the transitions and the anxiety and stuff is not your fault. It's change in the environment, it's change in routine, different demands, different pressures, and you really can only do your best. There's an awful lot of generic information out there that says do this, do that, but if it doesn't work for you and your family, then you're not failing by not following that. You're not failing by looking and seeing other families seeming to be having very coordinated, calm times, when actually for your family what's going on can be quite traumatic, and it's not your fault. It's that this world doesn't embrace autistic people or neurodivergent people, disabled people, in a person-centred collaborative way. It's all about trying to get us all to fit in, and that doesn't work. So remember, you are doing the best you can. You are phenomenal because you are doing the best you can, whatever that is. The best you can is staying in bed watching movies with them all day and eating picnics food, then that's fine. If the best you can is keeping them safe while they game the whole summer, then that's fine. But mental health and safety is all that matters. And yeah, give yourself a break.